Close your eyes and picture yourself standing on the banks of Nile, a soft breeze ruffling the reeds by the water's edge. The sun is rising slowly, casting a golden hue over the land. The gentle current of the river flows by, timeless and soothing. Welcome to a day in ancient Egypt, a world where life moves with the calm rhythm of the seasons, where people live in harmony with the river that gives them life. Tonight, we'll step back into this world, exploring the simple beauty of daily routines, from farmers tending their crops to artisans shaping treasures. Let your worries drift away as we take this peaceful journey together. Chapter 1: The Farmers of the Nile. Imagine the soft sound of early morning in an Egyptian village. The birds have just begun to sing, and the farmers, wrapped in simple linen, rise with the sun. These farmers, humble yet essential, knew the secrets of the Nile better than anyone. The river was their lifeblood, bringing rich, fertile soil every year when it flooded its banks. After the sun warms the earth, you can picture them walking through their fields, the golden wheat swaying gently in the breeze. Their hands, calloused but skilled, tend to the crops: wheat, barley, flax, knowing that their work provides food not just for themselves, but for all of Egypt. The soft scrape of the hoe, the trickling of irrigation water, all blended into a peaceful symphony of life. There is no hurry in this world, no rush. The seasons guide their pace, and the cycles of the Nile offer a sense of reassurance that tomorrow will come, just as it always has. Chapter 2: Family Life, the Heart of the Home. Now imagine stepping into a simple Egyptian home. The walls are made of mud brick, cool to the touch and offering respite from the warm sun. Inside, you find a family starting their day. The mother grinds grain to bake bread, the scent of fresh loaves filling the air. The children giggle as they run around the small courtyard, their laughter light and joyful. Family was the center of everything in ancient Egypt. Can you see them gathered around a low table in the evening, sharing a meal of bread, dates, and honey? The father, perhaps a craftsman or farmer, recounts his day, while the mother hums softly as she weaves linen cloth. The children sit wide-eyed, listening to the stories of gods and pharaohs, tales that stretch back through the ages. This is a world where love and duty bind people together, where the smallest acts, preparing food, lighting an oil lamp, tucking children into bed, create a tapestry of warmth and security. Feel the calm of this ancient home, a place where life's simple moments are celebrated and cherished. Chapter 3: Food and Feast, a Nourishing Life. Let's drift into the bustling marketplaces of Egypt now. The streets are filled with the sounds of vendors calling out, selling their wares, fragrant spices, fresh fruits, and fish caught from the Nile. The people of Egypt love to feast on simple, nourishing foods. Can you smell the rich aroma of stews, the sweetness of figs and dates, and the tangy scent of wine? On festival days, the tables were laden with roasted meats, bread baked with care, and fresh vegetables. The Egyptians appreciated the gift of the earth, but even in times of abundance, they lived in balance with nature, knowing that the Nile's bounty was to be respected and preserved. The rhythm of life was steady and sure, from the baking of bread in the morning to the shared meals under the stars. Each bite, each sip was a reminder of the earth's abundance and the calm assurance that there would always be enough. Chapter 4: Artisans and Craftsmen, Masters of Beauty. As the day continues, we find ourselves among the artisans of Egypt, those who shaped the treasures that still captivate the world today. Picture this scene. In a sunlit workshop, a sculptor carefully carves a statue from a block of limestone. His hands move with practiced grace, chipping away slowly to reveal the beauty hidden within the stone. In another corner, a goldsmith is gently molding a piece of jewelry, perhaps a delicate necklace to be worn by a noblewoman. The flicker of the forge's fire dances across the walls. But the atmosphere here is calm, almost meditative. The artisans of Egypt worked not in haste, but with patience and care, knowing that each creation would stand the test of time. Their hands gave shape to the statues of God, the intricate hieroglyphs carved into temple walls, and the simple pots used by families. Imagine the satisfaction of these craftsmen, knowing that their work would bring beauty and meaning to the lives of their people. Their quiet focus reminds us that in the act of creation there is peace. Chapter 5: Scribes, the Keepers of Knowledge. Now we turn to the scribes, the scholars of Egypt. seated under the shade of a palm tree, with their scrolls of papyrus unrolled before them, their delicate reeds dipped in ink, they record the history of the kingdom, the decrees of the pharaohs, and the myths of the gods. Picture the quiet concentration on their faces as they carefully draw each hieroglyph, the symbols flowing smoothly from their pens. In a world without modern distractions, the scribes understood the power of words. They were the keepers of knowledge, preserving the wisdom of their ancestors so that it could be passed down through generations. Their work was patient and slow, like the river itself, and it taught them the value of stillness. As you imagine the scratch of their pens on the papyrus, feel the calm that comes with the quiet pursuit of knowledge. In their world, every word was precious, every scroll a reminder of the deep connection between the past and present. Chapter 6: Laborers Building a Legacy. We end our journey by visiting the laborers who built Egypt's greatest monuments: the pyramids, the temples, the tombs of the pharaohs. Imagine them working under the warm sun, lifting stones, shaping bricks, but always with a sense of purpose. The grand projects of Egypt were not hurried. They took time, patience, and the collective effort of many. And yet, even in the labor, there was peace. The workers moved in harmony with the seasons, taking breaks during the hottest hours of the day, resting by the cool waters of the Nile. The stones they lifted, shaped, were not just for the present. They were building something eternal. As we walk beside them, we feel their steady, calm determination. They were part of something greater than themselves, and that sense of belonging brings peace, even in the hardest work. As the day comes to a close, we find ourselves back at the Nile. The sun is setting, casting a soft glow over the river. The farmers return to their homes, the artisans finish their work, and the scribes roll up their scrolls for another day. The people of ancient Egypt lived in rhythm with the world around them. Their days were filled with simple routines, but within those routines, they found meaning, purpose, and peace. As you lay here, listening to the gentle sounds of this ancient world, let the calm of their lives flow into yours. Feel the reassurance of a world where everything has its place, where time moves gently, and where every day is a quiet celebration of life. Good night, and may the tranquility of ancient Egypt guide you into a deep, restful sleep.